Okay, so if you can hear me, welcome to part 2 of the Christmas special, where you find Will and I heading towards the MCG for the first day of the Boxing Day Ashes test between Australia and England. If you didn't know, I'm a huge cricket fan, Will's less so. I'm supporting England, Will's supporting Australia. England have already lost the Ashes, so it's not a big drama, but as most English people know, England will play better because there's nothing at stake now. And hopefully we'll have a really good day's play ahead of us.
That's a name.
I don't know if that footage captured it, and I don't know if you can hear me. This is amazing. I haven't been to the MCG for about 20 years, if not more, and even then it wasn't because a match was on. It's because they were tearing down an old stand and there was an open day, the old members stand. We are in the Shane Warne stand, which looks to me to be about the biggest stand here. If you didn't know, the capacity of the MCG is just over 100,000 people, and I know that this match is sold out. And judging by what I've been encountering in town and in the hotel, 90% of those people are from the north of England, so England should have good support today, and there'll be no excuses if they play poorly. I'll show you the view, if you can make it out. We are side on to the wicket, which is here, so we'll have a really good view of each bowling side, rather than being back facing onto the wicket. So I think this is a really good spot. They're currently rolling it out. As you can see, the pitch looks stunning. Never seen
Boxing Day here at the G, and we are less than an hour away from the first delivery. To get us there, let's go now to our on-field hosts, James Sherry and Vita Hassan.
I would kill to have a lawn like that. As you probably know, I'm slightly obsessed by lawns, and that's a very nice one. Anyway, all sorts of stuff going on the pitch at the moment. We're an hour away from the game starting. We were advised to get here early because getting 100,000 people in through the gate is no mean feat, but here we are. We've got a nice big screen up there so we can see what's happening. But these are excellent seats. They were also extremely inexpensive, all things considered. So, nice one, Australia. I do admire you for that. I'll catch up with you later.
The way things are going, you might end up with it.
Plenty of room in this end, guys.
Well, that's us. We're now heading back. What an extraordinary day today.
It was a fantastic day.
We almost got Australia back twice. But anyway, you'll know more than I do about how that ends up, because by the time you watch this, the match will be over. But it's not looking great for England. But that's okay. We're used to losing. And I'll catch up with you at some point in the future. Here we are, back home again. Vita's very, very excited to see us. By us, I mean you and me, because Will, in fact, isn't here. Will's going to be spending an extended period in January at the beach house as he focuses on writing and producing There's No Place Like Home, amongst other things. But we've unpacked, by which I mean I've unpacked, and so we're now back to normal. You might be able to see it's a pleasingly grey and gloomy day today, which is very nice for me, but I must confess, not the most summer-like weather. The Christmas decorations are currently still up. I do like to honour the principle of 12th night, even if sort of by now, even I am sort of feeling like I want things to go back to normal. Just to give you a bit of an idea of what's happening, because of the gloom, unfortunately, I can't get out and mow, so there'll be no exciting mowing footage this Christmas special part 2. But the garden is looking pretty nice anyway, as I hope you can see. I won't go out and show you because it is gloomy and cold and drizzling, and I'm preferring to stay inside by the, believe it or not, the raging fire. But I will be heading into the seaside for New Year's Eve, because there's a lovely fireworks display which I went to last year. There's in fact 2. There's one at 9:30 and one at midnight. Being an early riser, Vita had me up at 4 o'clock this morning. I am going to be going to the 9:30 when that comes, because I'll probably be a bit sleep deprived. She gets very excitable whenever we get home, even though she's got feeders, so I've put the meat feeders away. We don't need those, but I've left the biscuit feeder out because I'll be going away again in a bit. So even though she's getting fed all her meals at all her normal times, she still likes to try her arm and encourage me to feed her at her first convenience, which at the moment is 4 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with my day, and I will catch up with you on New Year's Eve. I am in town doing some important There's No Place Like Home business, but I've just been breathalyzed by the police. I don't know if you can see them there. This is something which is quite common in Australia, these roadside breathalyzer stations. I'm in fact, in the 10 years or so I've lived here, never once been stopped by a roadside breathalyzer, but it is New Year's Eve and there's plenty of jollity about, so they're here breathalyzing drivers for a certain amount of time, and sometimes also you get drug tested too. So anyway, that was a new experience for me to end 2025, and I have here in my hand the next installment of There's No Place Like Home, ready to be uploaded onto the radio and the internet. But what I'm going to do now is leave this town and head into the seaside to catch up with Will before he heads off to do something else, and then I will head into town from the seaside beach house to go and watch the fireworks. So let's head off. Well, I have made it into town, and as you might be able to tell, I am somewhat rugged up because although it might be just the other side of the summer solstice, it don't feel like it as I mentioned earlier. So I've come prepared for a bit of drizzle, a bit of rain, a bit of wind, a bit of feeling pretty chilly. However, let's not let that dampen our spirits, because as you may or may not know, fireworks are somewhat of a rarity in Australia, unlike in the UK, where certainly when I lived there, maybe it's different now, it was very readily available for anyone to just purchase fireworks and set up their own displays. But because of the bushfire risk in Australia, that isn't the case, and the only way to get to see fireworks is through organised displays, and they are somewhat few and far between. Obviously, the New Year's Eve fireworks display in Sydney is a very famous display, but this display last year I thought was pretty decent actually, and they do two. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to the 9:30 because I'm a lightweight these days, so what you'll be seeing won't be quite bringing in the new year, but it'll be close enough. So let's go and see what we can see. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but Will's brother and I went to that fun fair last year, you might remember that. And if you can see it, there's a little footbridge here which goes from the shore to the beach, and that's a good vantage point for the fireworks. But in some respects I'm thinking this might be quite a good vantage point, to be fair.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling.